football fans, and welcome to Memorial Field on the campus of Pinkerton Academy in Derry, New Hampshire for tonight's Sentinel Title Services Game of the Week, and it's a good one. It's number 1 Concord, the Crimson Tide, unbeaten at 5-0, facing their real true test, their first real true test of the season against the 4-1 Pinkerton Astros, who lost their opening week game, a 14-12 nail-biter at Bedford, but they've reeled off 4 impressive wins in a row. Concord leading the state in scoring, averaging about 50 points a game. Pinkerton put up 61 in their game last week. Something's got to give in this one. Very excited about it. The number 1 team in the latest Union Leader WGIR WMUR Power Poll is Concord. Pinkerton's settling in at number 4 right now. The running games, Manny Lattimore from Pinkerton, Wally Endy, and the rest of that very, very balanced Concord offense. Should be a great football game. We'll come back at halftime, get you a recap of the first half with all the highlights. Then, of course, all the second half action, our post-game coverage as well, player and coach interviews. Going to be a fun one. Pinkerton and Concord here in Derry on nhsportspage.com.
We're the Pinkerton cheerleaders, and you're watching nhsportspage.com.
Back to pass, Law, rolling to his right, throws, caught, first down. Concord's got themselves there for the Crimson Tide. They need to get it to the 37 for a first down. Law back to pass, got plenty of time, looking to throw, caught. Nice catch by Como, number 19. On the left, you got a receiver to the right, looks like Zulk and Simu Smith in the slot. Law spins, running left, looking to get the first down on the ground. He does. Cross midfield, got nailed by number 50. Hanaway, give to Lattimore, bounces it left. Lattimore across midfield, across the 45, still on his feet, on the corner, racing down the sideline, cuts middle of the field. Manny Lattimore, touchdown! 52-yard run by Manny Lattimore, and Pinkerton's on top, 6-0. Law in the shotgun, Indy to his right. Law looking to throw right, caught Smith. First down, cross midfield, leaping up into the air and then coming down hard. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hand off up the middle, Indy got the first down, still on his feet, left sideline, into the end zone. Did he get there? Touchdown! Snap down, kick up. Condic's kick is no good. Missed it to the left, so Pinkerton. Indy, the running back, Law keeps it, rolls left, looking to throw long, caught, Zulk across midfield, tackled, to make that a real possibility. Here's Lattimore across the line, they go back the other way, Urbanic running left, Urbanic into Concord territory, down the left sideline, flag comes in Impressive performance by the Pinkerton Academy marching band, 180 members strong, 40 of them seniors. They were all recognized during that halftime performance. And what a performance in the first half by both teams, Pinkerton and Concord. 7-6, the Astros lead. 99-yard drive on the first possession of the game for Pinkerton. Started basically on the goal line, and Manny Lattimore finished it off with a 52-yard run, which was a scintillating touchdown run. Broke to the outside, raced down the left sideline. Man, that kid is fast. Pinkerton got the point after. It was 7-0. Concord responded. Wally Indy, a 25-yard touchdown run right up the middle. Then he cut to the right. He was gone. No one wants to bring him down in the secondary. Concord, though, missing the PAT attempt, and 7-6. So Concord being able to move the ball mostly through the air, a little bit on the ground. I think the running game started to work a little bit more as that second quarter rolled on. Pinkerton, let's face it, they're a running team, and why wouldn't you be when you got Manny Lattimore? And they've gotten some good efforts from Urbanic as well. Ryan Day had a few carries. Going to be a great second half. It is our Sentinel Title Services Game of the Week, Pinkerton and Concord. I'm Pete Terrier for NHSportsPage.com. Hanaway under center, hands it to the fullback up the middle. Madden breaks 3 across midfield, and Madden is down to the 42-yard line. So a big play right off the bat. Pickup of 23 for Matt Madden. Handoff, Lattimore up the middle, breaks free, still on his feet, trying to go left, gets away from a defender, down the sideline. Is he going to get in? No, he's taken down inside the 5. Touchdown saving tackle by Hebra. In the backfield, Lattimore. They're going to give it to number 23, Nick Laporto. Laporto's in for the touchdown. Handoff Indy up the middle, across the 40, shakes a couple of defenders across the 50. Indy down the sideline into Pinkerton territory, down to the handoff. Lattimore bouncing left, taken down, no, gets away. Around the edge, out of bounds, got hit, late hit, and a flag. That's going to give Pinkerton the first down they need. I think Sean Joel, 15-yard personal foul, late hit penalty. Lattimore in motion, goes to the right, handoff Madden up the middle, big hole. Matt Madden down to the 36-yard line. Drive the field here in a minute and a half. Got to go 65 yards from here. Law looking long, Zolk behind the defense, makes the catch at the 30. He's down to the 15. Walter Zolk with a big play in the shotgun. Gets the snap, rolling to his left. Here comes the pressure. Law throws, end zone, touchdown! Zolk! Touchdown! Zolk! 2-point game. All right, here we go. 2-point conversion attempt for Concord to tie this game with 51.1 seconds left to go. They got a couple of receivers to the left, one to the right. Running back behind Law is Indy. Law rolling right, he's going to run it in. He's got it, we're tied. We're tied at 14. Robbie yard line, and that might just do it here in regulation. We're going to overtime. All right, overtime. Concord and Pinkerton tied at 14. The Tide will get it first. 1st and 10 from the 10. Handoff Gaudette. Running inside the 10 down to about the 6-yard line. Indy and Gaudette, the running backs behind Law under center. Handoff Indy up the middle. Indy across the 5 down near the goal line. Stopped shy. Ready to punch it in from the 1, or hoping to punch it in from the 1. Wholesale. All right, here we go. 3rd down play. Indy up the middle, stopped in the backfield. Harper, the big guy, dragged him down. And obviously they want 6 points here. Here's Law, pitch Indy in the backfield. He gets away. Tackled at the goal line, touchdown. Wally Indy, 2nd effort, scores the touchdown. A little shift action. The holder is Jacob Lewis. Kick up, and he got it. Here we go, Pinkerton from the 10. They need a touchdown to score here. Lattimore, I formation behind Madden. Handoff Manny up the middle, gets not much at all. And he's going to be taken down at about the 7. 2-back set behind the quarterback, Hanaway. In motion, Urbanic. Handoff Manny. He's going to be taken down for a loss of a couple yards. Here we go. In motion, Lattimore gets it, running right. Lattimore taken down in the backfield. Big play defensively. Diego Hebra, and that locks Pinkerton. Here we go. 4th and 11. Here's your ball game. Hanaway, keeper. He's in trouble. Trying to roll away. Bat it down. Naylor bats it down. and Concord wins in overtime. 21-14. Concord wins it in impressive fashion and thrilling fashion, really, in overtime. 21-14 at Pinkerton. These guys are still breathing heavy over here, and who can blame them? Heck of a game on our NH Sports page. Sentinel Title Services Game of the Week. Here's some of the guys that were instrumental in this game. We got Nick Como down there, number 19. Wyatt LaBombard, big man on the defense tonight. We've got Jarek, don't call me Walter Zoltz. Although he's listed in the program, I'm calling him Walter Zoltz all game. I find out I'm mispronouncing, and I got the guy's first name wrong, but he had the big plays in this game. And then Mark Gaudet, Robbie Locke, come on in here. The quarterback is always welcome, especially when you win in overtime. And I want to start with you, Mark, because you're a guy that has seen this program transform with players like this that you now have at your disposal. You obviously got some weapons, and boy, what a hard-fought victory by you guys. This one really means something, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We've gotten beaten by them 3 years straight, and we're the first team to beat Pinkerton in like 8 years or something, and we couldn't be prouder right now of everyone. I couldn't be prouder.
Robbie, let's talk about that drive. You had about 2.5 minutes left to go. You were on your own 24-yard line, I think it was, and they had really stymied you in the second half. You had that one touchdown early in the second quarter. It was like at the end of the first quarter, early in the second quarter, and you knew you had to go the length of the field and get 2-point conversion. You ended up hitting this guy right here, Zoltz, for a big 50-yard pass to put you on the 15, but then you still had to really make it happen. And what was going through your mind at the end of that football game?
Oh, at the end, I was so happy, but coming into that drive, you gotta love drives like that. That's what you train for all season. When you lift and the sprints, you gotta love drives like that. The pressure's on, and you gotta love it. I love it.
How about you, Jacob? I mean, you're streaking down the right sideline, looking for a big play over the top. The one thing that Coach O'Reilly and the Pinkerton coaching staff does not want to happen, it happens. You made the catch. For a second there, it looked like you might take it all the way, but hey, you got it down to the 15, and then you get the touchdown in the end zone that set up the tie.
Well, it started with the line. They gave him plenty of time to get out there. It was a great throw. Hit me right in stride. Just great play in general.
And everybody talks about the other receivers on the team, especially Simu Smith, but you showed that number 2 can catch the ball too.
Yeah, I think we have a bunch of big names on the team. Not big names, but a bunch of big players that can make plays at any time, any game. We have a lot of weapons on offense.
How about the defense too, Wyatt? I mean, big play by Dylan Naylor with batting down that play at a sack earlier. I mean, you guys, that's a tough team. Manny Lattimore is a handful. I don't know how many yards he had. He must have had another 200-yard game, but man, it must feel pretty good knowing that you took their best punches and you guys came out on top.
It feels great to finally come out and just play another tough team and kick their ass. Finally, come out and finally play against big boys and actually come out and compete with them.
Hey, Nick, obviously you got a talented quarterback here. You got a bunch of talented runners. One of your talented runners kind of messed us all up by changing his uniform number there at halftime. Wally Indy was number 42, and then all of a sudden you got this other kid, number 24. I'm like, who the heck is this kid? What happened there?
Well, he was running down and his jersey completely ripped off, so he needed to take a JV player's, JT Hart's number, so he manned up and gave him his jersey and sat there with a ripped jersey, so that was good of JT.
And how about that play on the so many things happened, the touchdown run, where it looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield over there, and he broke a couple of tackles and went to the end zone. I mean, is that the type of play and the type of win, and we'll give it to you, is that the type of win that you need to prove yourself that you really are championship caliber this year? Because I think people, they thought you were good, but they still questioned it. Who have they really beat? Well, tonight you really beat someone.
Yeah, it was a good one to shut up the rest of the state and show what we really are, show how tough we are, show how good of a program we are. And we did it tonight. We came out.
And you know what's going to happen. People coming out, I got a vote in the Union Leader WGIR, WMR Power Poll. I've had you guys number 1. I've been touting you, all season long since I seen you take out Salem in week 2. Not that Salem is a real tough team, but people are still saying, hey, Bedford should be number 1. And what about that? I mean, are you guys the number 1 team? You guys got them next week. You'll settle it on the field, right?
Yeah, we're definitely the number 1 team in the state, and we're definitely going to prove it next week against Bedford.
Should be a lot of fun, guys. Nick Como, LeBombard over here, Wyatt LeBombard. We got Jared Zoltz. Jacob Zoltz. Sorry, thank you. Correct me. I don't think I've done an interview with 5 guys before. Mark Gaudette and Robbie Law, the Concord Crimson Tide, beating Pinkerton in overtime. Here we go. Guys, thank you very much. Eric Brown, head coach of the still unbeaten Concord Crimson Tide, 6-0, but what a battle against Pinkerton. Went to overtime, 21-14, they win it. You guys need to go the length of the field basically in the final 2 minutes, and your team got it done, and a really, really big victory, perhaps the biggest victory since the championship days of Concord High School football.
Oh, absolutely. Pinkerton is a great program, and they played such a great game tonight. Great defensive game. They really did a good job taking away the things that we like to do. So I got to give them a lot of credit. We were fortunate. We made some big plays towards the end to get us into overtime, and then certainly in overtime, we made the biggest play. So we're very fortunate.
You talk about the biggest plays, and none bigger than the 50-yard pass. You're on your 35, and you go deep. Zoltz with the big reception. Everybody talks about Seymour Smith being the best wide receiver. I think he showed tonight that he can play some football too.
Yeah, Jake is he's a talented receiver. He doesn't get any of the or much of the credit, unfortunately. But we had him open a couple times during the course of the game, and we missed him. But Robbie put the ball in his hands perfectly on that one. So we were, again, fortunate. We made plays when we were supposed to. Our backs against the wall. So.
Well, and you needed the touchdown in overtime. I think it was a 4th down play,
yeah.
and Wally looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield, and he got away from those 2 guys. And then Robbie with a 2-point conversion. There was just so many big plays you kind of forget about it. But the fact is, you got to kind of put this one behind you because you got a big one next week. It may even be bigger next week against Bedford.
Yeah, the way the whole playoff picture is now. This is win or lose tonight. The Bedford game next week is going to be the biggest game. Not that the last 2 won't matter, but they will. But that's going to determine probably home field in the conference championship. So yeah, we're ready. We'll be ready.
And Pinkerton, I think, proved that they're more than just the Manny Lattimore show. They had a couple different guys, stepping up, a couple of backs, besides Madden, Urbanic there, number 20, made some plays. Their defense is very, very good. Man, they're big too.
And they are big. And their defense, they did a nice job. They are flying to the ball. We had some plays, we were running some waggles with Rob, and his read is always run first. And he started running, and we thought, man, we got to play here. And then the next thing you know, a Pinkerton guy comes flying. They run to the football. They're a good team, much better team than I saw play Bedford. They have improved a lot.
And you might see them again. Who knows? Wouldn't doubt it one bit.
Yeah, that could happen. We hope we're there. That's what we hope. One day at a time, one game at a time.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks.
Hey, I don't know. 21-14 in overtime. Pinkerton falling to Concord, and Coach O'Reilly here with us to talk about it. Coach, my first look at you guys this year, and people were talking that Pinkerton's trying to find themselves. And to me, you guys really had control of that football game until the final 2 minutes when they went 76 yards. You gave up a big 50-yard pass play. Do you feel like this is one that you guys should have won?
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to give Concord credit. They had to make the play, but we had the game under control. Even before that, we got the ball back with a little less than 4 minutes to go and on offense, and we should have not given them the ball back. But we got at least 1 or 2 holding penalties on that series, had to punt it away, still held them, and then we gave up the 50-yard pass. But this one doesn't go well right now, but in the scope of everything, it doesn't matter. We'll still be there in the end, and it only matters in November, but that doesn't mean I'm happy with this.
But did you feel for a time that you guys took steps forward? You guys lost your first game, and then you rolled your next 4, but the competition wasn't as good as what you saw in the first week, and of course tonight. I just thought that you guys were the better team for most of that football game tonight.
But I already knew that coming in. I know others didn't. I know others saw us lose at Bedford and then say, well, they really haven't played anybody. Let's see how they are. But I knew we were good. So what I saw tonight doesn't give me any hope like, wow, I guess we're going to be good. I already knew that. This angers me that we didn't finish the job that we were supposed to. So maybe we're not as good as I thought we actually were, because when we get to the playoffs, we've got to finish that. We've always finished that. We've never had a problem closing out a game before. This is a rarity that somebody comes back on. I can't remember the last time somebody has scored on us right at the very end of the game. I'm sure it's happened at some point in the past, but that part we still have to work on. So it gives me something to do next week.
Well, especially when they beat you over the top for, a 50-yard play, when that's really what they need to keep the game alive. And, that's probably the one thing that the coaches are telling, hey, don't let anybody get behind you, and it happened.
You think? You think that's what was being said on the sideline?
Yeah.
In the end, you're dealing with teenage kids, and they feel as bad as anyone when they give up big plays. And I tell defensive backs all the time, the defensive tackle can screw up 5, 7, 10 times a game, and nobody knows. Maybe mom and dad in the stands know, and they probably don't even know. But the coaches know on the film that you didn't even go in the right gap when you're supposed to. But when you're a defensive back, all you got to do is get beat once, and everybody in the place knows you screwed up. It's a tough job. And so the last thing that a kid needs is a coach coming down on him also, because he knows that I should have made the play. And next time we try to make the play.
I was talking to some of the Concord kids, and, the belief is you're a one-man team, Manny Lattimore. I did not see that tonight. I mean, I saw multiple backs that could to carry the foot. Matt Madden, Urbanic, Ryan Day. Your quarterback Hanaway can do some things as well. And what I saw was dominant line play by you guys. You got some big dudes on that line. You're not a Manny Lattimore show. I mean, he's obviously very, 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 very good, but you got more than that. Just like I saw last week with Trevor Knight and Nashville South, they got some other players, and you guys do too.
We didn't get involved in Manny that much tonight compared to other games. I don't even know what the stats were in the end. I don't know how many carries he had, but if anybody watched us tonight and think that it was only Manny that got the ball, well, he didn't get the majority of the carries. I know that. He's the best player. And if I need to, I will go to him. But we have to develop others, and we have. Matt had a really good game. TJ Urbanic had some nice carries. Jack did okay, but not up to a Jack game today. He'll be fine, but if people want to think we're a one-man team, if they want to spy Manny, if they want to put a kid on him, if they want to shift over here, be my guest. I mean, I've been doing this long enough to know how to handle that. So,
any thoughts on Concord, Bedford next Friday night?
I think that Concord is the better team on paper because of their ability to run the ball. I think that Bedford is a really good football team, obviously. They can throw the ball in some ways, perhaps maybe better than Concord does. They can play really good defense. I think Bedford's defense is really good. But I didn't see, we only played in the first week, but I didn't see a running attack from Bedford that was something that you really had to concern yourself with. They have a running attack. And so going into that game with the running attack that Concord has and the passing attack, to go along with everything else, I would give them a slight edge over Bedford, and plus they're playing at Concord. So here's what I do know. It doesn't matter who wins that game next week. They are going to play each other in the first week in November. That's when it matters. So I don't know how the coaches are going to treat that. They're going to lay it all out on the line and do everything they've got formation-wise, or they're just going to be vanilla. That might affect the game also. That's their concern, not mine.
Thanks, Coach. Heck of a football game here at Memorial Field, Pinkerton Academy in Derry. Overtime, 21-14, Concord wins it, stays unbeaten. Pinkerton, I should say, falling to 4-2 on the season, snapping their 4-game winning streak. Overtime, man, it was a 8-point game. In the final 2.5 minutes, Concord had to go 76 yards just to score a touchdown and then get a 2-point conversion. They did. Jacob Zoltz with a big reception for a touchdown in the left corner of the end zone. And then Robbie Law running in a 2-point conversion to tie it. Pinkerton had the ball with about 50 seconds left to go, but really wasn't able to get into the field goal range. Went to overtime. Concord scored on a 4th down play. Indy with the touchdown touchdown run to the left corner. The Kevin Condick PAT made it a 7-point game, and then Pinkerton basically went backwards when they got their crack at it in overtime. Game ended when Dylan Naylor batted down a pass from Jack Hanaway. Concord wins it. They should remain number 1, I would think, in the polls when they come out on Monday. But what really matters, like Coach O'Reilly said to us in the interview, was what happens later in the season in the playoffs. It's going to be fun. I'm sure both of these teams that we saw tonight will be involved and will be major factors in the postseason. Once again, your final score in our Sentinel Title Services Game of the Week. Concord beats Pinkerton 21-14 in overtime. I'm Pete Terrier for John Castiar, videographer. You've been watching this on nhsportspage.com.